So you are welcome. We felt we should gather you to let you know some of the happenings within the terrain of the Federal Capital Territory in which Pinnacle Communications operate. First, as a corporate citizen. Second, as a taxpayer. And third, as a responsible member of this nation. We have gathered you as members of the fourth estate of the realm because you are the conscience of the society. And when things are going wrong, you are quick to pointing those ills out so that we may make amends wherever we err. And so the management of Pinnacle Communications is compelled to address you this morning on a matter that happened on January 15th, 2020, which was very unpalatable, very distasteful, and unbecoming of an institution of the federal government of this country. And that event was an invasion, not only on the privacy of Pinnacle Communications Limited, but an attempt to impugn the commercial integrity of Pinnacle Communications Limited, and indeed the chairman and the managing director by operatives of Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, ICPC. By way of introduction, Pinnacle Communications Limited is a licensed digital switchover operator in Nigeria and the only privately licensed digital switchover operator. The other one is an arm of NTA, and Pinnacle, so far that we all know, has been conducting its businesses in line with the laws of the land. It has, in fact, the establishment of Pinnacle predates in ICPC. And so that you know that Pinnacle was not established yesterday. And so the import of this address, distinguished gentlemen of the press, is to draw your attention, and indeed the appropriate authorities and the general public, to the despicable, unwarranted, and illegal invasion of the company's office, in which we are now, located at Charles de Gaulle Street, Asokoro, Abuja, on Wednesday, 15th January 2020, by the operatives of the ICPC in a very dastardly and gangster-like manner, with an acclaimed order, in quote, order from above, to arrest the company's chairman and managing director, as well as seal the Pinnacle operational office. For whatever reasons, we do not know. The operatives and policemen came fully armed in 4 vehicles, 3 Hilux vans, and a car, garbed in ICPC jackets that authenticated their identities. The company's security machinery had captured the incident with available footage as evidence. During the encounter, Pinnacle Communications Limited, its officials demanded the warrants of arrest and order of court granting them the permission to seal off the premises. The operatives failed to produce any document. Rather, they claimed they were working with geographical coordinates, whatever that means, in security or anti-corruption parlance. After Pinnacle officials made some calls to report the brazen and unpleasant incident in the presence of the invaders, one of the ICPC operatives answered a call. He proceeded to hand over the phone to another official. And Pinnacle staff overheard him saying, "We are here already," in quote. That means telling the other person on the other side, whoever sent them, that they are already here, and telling them that we have not entered the premises yet, in quote. They claim he is not around. That's the man giving report to whoever is on the other side. No pressmen, nobody. So in other words, in answer to another question from the other side, whether they are pressmen. So that question should agitate your minds, gentlemen. Afterwards, the operative on the telephone suddenly said to his colleagues, "Let's go, let's go." And they left hurriedly, like a botched operation. The Pinnacle officials had the operatives lamenting on their way to their vehicles that they should have shot their way into the premises as soon as they arrived. This, no doubt, amounted to regulatory terrorism, if they had done it. It is common sense in a civilized country like Nigeria that production of a warrant of arrest is sine qua non to entering a premises and attempt to arrest people, and that without an order of a court of competent jurisdiction, no agency of government has the right to seal off any business premises. There are boundless legal authorities to support this assertion. We consider the futile attempted invasion, intimidation, and threat as clear evidence of the desperation of ICPC. ICPC, as you all hear, had filed charges against Pinnacle's Communications Limited, alleging fraud, conspiracy, and attempted theft. Issues have been joined and witnesses called and cross-examined. As we speak, the case is still pending in Federal High Court, Abuja. We need not say more that in order not to be contemptuous of the court handling the pending litigation, we have said that issues have been joined and we are waiting to proceed on that matter. But can this be a sign that what they apparently cannot get through the court, they want to get by force? I ask. Pinnacle Communications condemns in very strong terms the illegal attempt by ICPC in the purported exercise of their power under the law to harass and intimidate Pinnacle's Communications Limited and its officials. The actions of ICPC further confirms that they have been on a witch hunt from the beginning and are bent on victimizing Pinnacle Communications in direct contravention of a statement credited to the chairman of ICPC in a speech delivered on his behalf at the inauguration of the Anti-Corruption and Transparency Unit of the Federal Polytechnic Ede in Osun State. This statement was reported online on 20th January 2020, admonishing the staff against victimizing people when doing their jobs. Needless for us here to add that they should also not scandalize genuine and law-abiding enterprises such as Pinnacle Communications Limited. Pinnacle Communications, as a law-abiding entity, expresses concern on this show of shame undertaken by ICPC and the brazen use of force. We urge the chairman, Professor Bolaji Owasanye, who is a legal icon himself, and who we expect is honorable enough to rein in his officers and ensure that they comply with the rule of law and forestall actions that could further sink the image of the Commission. We are also urging, through this medium, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Malam Abubakar Malami, SAN, to swiftly check the excesses and the wanton display of power by ICPC and urge him to investigate this matter with a view to deflating the obvious display of prejudice, hatred, and acrimony in the agencies in dealing with Pinnacle's communication. I thank you very much.